Hi, I am Harish Goteti and welcome back to NAVA Software Solutions YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you what a migration business case looks like that is created through by using Migration Evaluator. So it's not it's I mean it doesn't mean that it generates the entire thing as a PDF or stuff, but it does give all the data so we can go ahead and build the business case for you so that we can work with the management to make the right decisions after looking at all the numbers, all the data, all the analyzing all the data that is provided by Migration Evaluator. So let's start looking into different sections of the business case, generated by Migration Evaluator. So today, core insights, we'll look at financial summaries, the storage assessment, the business value section, additional insights. So again, just to take you back, or for those who did not watch other videos, the migration journey, customer journey is three phases: assess, mobilize, migrate, and modernize. So in the assess phase, we create a case for change, and in mobilize phase, we build the readiness through experiences, whether it is training, building the landing zone, etc. Finally, in migrate and modernize phase, we accelerate transformation at scale. So let's look at the core insights. So for example, this is all, as you know, a sample data, right? So it gives you an overview of what's running in your on-premise environment. In this case, it says 651 total instances. Looks at, gives you different, breakup of what's running on what, right? Windows, Linux, databases, etc. So it gives an executive summary, scoping the insights, the results, and next steps. What it says 8% zombies, basically nothing is being used, and how much, the executive summary shows that it collected data for 18 days. So it's just a summary of what everything is about, right? So then it gives you the detailed assessment overview, right? So it gives you a cost model for 3 years and 1 year, right? So whether when you run this thing in Virginia and remove the zombie scope, licenses optimized and all that stuff, right? So it takes some assumptions, it shows you the assumptions that it is making on the left, and then it gives you the what it looks like when you move to AWS environment, right? So now let's look at the financial summary. So it gives you a financial summary of, hey, we are mapping this to compute Amazon workspaces like the storage and stuff. So on demand, it looks like this. If you are, bring your own license with 3 years, things that you are, if you are doing some upfront, you are doing some reserved instances and different options that you are buying, you can save 40% with option 2, 38%. It gives you all kinds of options if you are going ahead and including the licenses and stuff like that. So these, it is hard to go into each of these details in this short video, but I want to give you an overview of how detailed these reports look like, so we can sit and look at each and every number, that AWS, once you move to AWS, the amount of savings that you can get. So again, it gives you a 5 year steady state cash flow summary. If on premise you are going to do this much, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5, total is, let's say, I think it's 11 million. Here you are going to do only 6 million, right? Year 3, if you are doing bring your own license, you can save further more. So it tells you all, gives you all the options and amount of savings, further detail. So cloud native, virtual desktop with Amazon Workspaces. If you do that, you can, annual TCO would be $48,000, and it'll say how much you are saving with respect to running this on VMware, right? So looking at, hey, if you have these kind of workstations, move to Amazon Workspaces, and this is how much you can save. It also does the storage assessment, like I mentioned. So it tells you, hey, in area one you have this, you have that, peak IOPS, peak throughput. It measures, it gets you all the data, right, for the 7 days that we run. And what it does is it does the pricing, right? It does the pricing, and then it tells you what are the things that you can do once you migrate. So same thing for, if let's say here you have NetApp, we have Amazon FSx for NetApp, right? So moving that stuff over here, you will have this kind of savings, right? So for with respect to the storage, this is going to be the cost. Next thing it will tell you is the volumes, basically the volumes on the VM machines that you can move to block storage, right? So, and total how much capacity you are using it, and what you have. And if you move to AWS EBS, and type of EBS also is mentioned here. As you see, if you move to different types of EBS, this is going to be the cost, right? Cost estimation annually. And then finally, we'll go ahead and talk about the business value. Sustainability, I'm not going to go into this slide. Maybe, I mean, we can talk about it if it is applies to your organization. But basically, what it tells is, hey, it gives, so I made a video on 8 business drivers for why SMBs migrate to AWS. So that is the core. So whatever the migration business case that we create, we go ahead and we map it to the 8 key drivers, right? So that's what it is doing here. So staff productivity, under staff productivity, it is saying 116% more virtual machines managed by VM administrator at AWS, so it's automatically done. 139% more TBs managed by storage administrator at AWS, so it's done. So the productivity increases significantly. 52% reduction in unplanned downtime, 32% reduction in monthly critical incidents. Then it takes about 7% application developer efficiency. So all these are the summary of all the inputs that came through the migration evaluator. So finally, scope and assumptions of the business value. It says, hey, if full-time resources, if you have this is how much you will save. With operation resilience, this is what you get the availability. With respect to the revenue, this is how much you're going to save, and puts all these numbers in context for you. So overall, it says, hey, staff productivity summary, cost benefit is 56%. Then operation resiliency, it will give you the cost benefit. So business agility, again, cost benefit, and also it has some additional insights, right? So if you move it to Elastic VMware service, using that just to rehost, then you will save something. You will save, the annual cost will be 617 over here that it mentions. So I mean, I don't want to talk about the numbers, but what the whole idea of this video is to show you the elaborate business case document that the migration evaluator creates for you. So we can have a open discussion, we can have a uh, discussion with your management, with all the stakeholders. So there is nothing hidden or nothing unexpected, or that for you, no surprises at the end, right? So you will know everything, that beforehand, on what it looks like when you actually migrate to AWS, with respect to storage, with respect to file shares, compute, everything that is required, licensing costs, etc. So the amount of detail in this particular business case that it creates is significant, right? So it's really useful for all the businesses, right? So it tells you all the support costs and all that stuff. So This is the document. It's available for download. If you want to refer, I'll share that link in the description. But I just want you to understand the business case document provided by Migration Evaluator is the foundation for taking the database decisions on the for your migration. I hope you got an idea on the level of detail the business case looks like, provided by the Migration Evaluator. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll talk in the next video, and do subscribe to this channel. Thank you.